Hey everyone, Mirjagon here. I saw this earlier online and thought I'd make a video of it because it's super important, I think, to highlight this. For those of you who are avid simmers, you will have heard about the Wedding Stories game pack, which is an upcoming game pack in The Sims 4 that introduces a new world called Tortosa, and it's all about weddings and romance, and it looks like you're going to be able to design your Sims weddings and festivities, dress code, cake, honeymoon possibly, and so on. And in the original game trailer and the game pack cover features a gay couple. It features two women who get married, and the story, the trailer that they made for this pack features those two women as well. Cam and Dom, I believe is their names. And yeah, it's an awesome pack, fantastic LGBT representation. I have no problems with that, being LGBT myself. I read today that the wedding game pack will not be released in Russia due to Russia's anti-LGBT propaganda laws. So the Russian government, for those of you who aren't up with anti-LGBT laws and such like that, the Russian government back in 2013 passed a law that supposedly protects children from homosexual and transgender content. And they passed this law back in 2013 stating that it contradicts, that the LGBT contradicts traditional family values. EA and Maxis are launching this wedding expansion, this wedding pack, on the 17th of February, and it includes a same-sex marriage storyline, and that's included in the trailer. EA and Maxis have decided to not release the game pack in Russia because to do so would mean that they would have to completely change the video. They would have to make a secondary reveal trailer. They would have to make new game cover, pack cover images, and they would have to get rid of the LGBT representation in the pack. And they've decided not to censor themselves and not to bow down to these stupid draconian laws that Russia has, and instead of changing the way that the pack looks, they're just not releasing this in Russia. They actually they've released a letter. This letter is called Our Commitment to You, a letter to our players from the Sims team. Basically says, on the 8th of February, we introduced you to The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories game pack, and along with it, we introduced you to Dom and Cam, Dominique and Camille, a couple whose love knows no boundaries. So this letter goes on to say, to give an explanation as to EA's and Maxis. Anyway, Maxis and EA's decision not to release the pack in Russia. And they're basically saying that because the Sims and the entire Sims team are extremely pro-LGBT. There are lots of LGBT developers that work on the Sims. There are loads of non-binary and transgender and gay and lesbian and bisexual people that work behind the scenes on The Sims 4. They've listened to the people that play The Sims as well, saying, we want our Sims to be able to get married and the way that we want them to have huge lavish weddings, and have other Sims, sit there and watch the wedding as well and take part in the weddings. And a lot of the community is like, we want LGBT weddings, we want same-sex weddings in The Sims, because, and that's, we do have those things in The Sims now. We've got you can, two female Sims can get married, you can create, two male Sims can get married, you can create a Sim that fits who you are and get married to your Sim, or your partner's Sim self. They're working on gender pronouns as well to include the transgender part of LGBT, which I think is awesome. But in this letter, they're saying, as we move through our development and brand storytelling process, we became aware that the way we wanted to tell Cam and Dom's story could not be something that we could freely share around the world due to anti-LGBT laws in different countries. They go on and say that the ability to tell stories in the story is the core of what they do at The Sims. Holding back Cam and Dom's story meant compromising the values that we live by. And they say, we are committed to the freedom to be who you are, to love who you love, and tell the stories you want to tell. We are steadfast in upholding that commitment by shining a light on and celebrating stories like Dom and Cam's. So we have made the decision to forego the release of My Wedding Stories, where our storytelling would be subject to changes because of federal laws. Regrettably, this means that members of the Sims community in Russia will not be able to purchase this game pack. So there are a small group of people who are against Maxis and EA's decision here to not release this game pack in Russia. And the reason that they're saying, that this group of people are against it is because they're like, well, there's already LGBT content in the Sims base game and in the other packs. All you have to do is change the cover for the pack to show a straight couple. You'd be you should be you won't have any problems releasing it in Russia. You won't be going against any Russian laws if you do that. But that's the problem. And this is where I get what Maxis and EA their reasoning. It's because they don't want to hide the story that they have created with Cam and Dom. They don't want to create a secondary heterosexual straight couple as the cover art for a specific country is hiding the LGBT representation. So I get where EA is coming from here. But what do you all think? Do you think EA's right? Do you side with the members of the Sims community who who think that EA should just make secondary artwork and secondary videos and such, and release it in these countries that have banned LGBT or that have anti-LGBT laws anyway? Yeah, let me know down below what you think. Like I said, I'm siding with EA on this one because I agree with them that hiding the story, hiding these characters' stories is wrong, and it is sending the message to these governments that we don't mind hiding who we are. And as a member of the LGBT community, I don't want to hide who I am. I'm transgender, I'm gay, and I'm happy about it. Why should we hide who we are to satisfy the judgmental, draconian laws of countries? No, we should stand up and be proud of who we are and shine that proudness, for lack of a better word, out to the world and let the world know that, hey, we're LGBT, we're not ashamed, and you can't get rid of us that easily. But like I said, let me know what you think in the comments. I just wanted to share this all with you. I thought it was very interesting news, especially, for LGBT people, LGBT representation worldwide. And it's a good thing to have a little bit of good news in the world, a little bit of brightness, where there's a lot of negativity right now. So, feel free to leave comments below. As always, have a wonderful week, everyone. I'll catch you later. Bye.